It is Black Friday, and I just got done with a Whatnot show. Really sped through it this time. Only spent an hour and a half on the show. I think after all is said and done, since there's no feast today on Whatnot, I should be able to make maybe $100 and profit. I think I paid about $40 for everything. The other stuff, a lot of it was like in lots that I had already bought with other items. So a bunch of wrestling figures and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. I'll put the numbers right here, what I actually will end up making. But I do think we'll profit at least $100 on that show. So for an hour and a half, probably take another half hour to ship everything. You know, $50 an hour is not bad. So far though, today's Black Friday has not been as great as last year's. I mean, we haven't made even close to the number of sales we did last year. Now, maybe that will pick up here when the workday ends and people get home and don't feel like going out to shop. We'll see. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at not just Black Friday for this video, but really the whole weekend, because typically we run the sale from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, right? So it's a 4-day sale that we've ran. And I'm curious to see if we can beat the numbers of last year, which, I mean, I think we will regardless, because we've just grown the business that much. But are we going to sell as much items? It'll be curious to see how that all goes. So stay tuned, and we're going to walk through some of the items that sold and kind of see where we end up once this day ends, as well as this 4-day weekend. All right, it is 7:15 p.m. I just counted all of the orders that we have had on eBay today so far, and it's only 16, which is very light indeed. Now, we do have, as you can see here, all of these priority mailboxes or packages that are going out. This was from the Whatnot show. On that Whatnot show, I am estimated to make, the shipments, total sales, $183, 130 estimated earnings. That's subtracting $28 in shipping spend for giveaways. Looks like we're gonna make $130, you guys, which is not bad. I mean, considering it probably took me about 2 hours with the show and the shipping that I just finished up. So, you know, you're looking at like $60 an hour, 70. Oh, but you know what? I do have to add that I spent $40 on all the wrestling figures, and everything else was, I'm just gonna say free, because I bought big lots of stuff and I kind of threw in those Ninja Turtle figures with those lots. I never actually bought the Ninja Turtle figures outright. So that being said, $40, let's just say, in there. So really we're looking at $90. $45 an hour. I'll take it. I don't think that's bad at all by any means. Now, we got 16 orders. We already shipped a few of those orders. I'll pop those on the screen as I'm talking. But then we still have, I think I have 9 orders to pull right now. So I'm going to get to it and pull some orders with you. So in our clothing section, we got S1097. I don't know if you guys seen the new clothing section, but that's going to be this Michael Irving sweater, I believe. I have 2 of these in different colors. Took a best offer on this, $25, I think, plus shipping. And then we have a pair of pants and some shorts. P1098. It's going to be these Rock Revival jeans. Love Rock Revival. I think we took a best offer on these as well. Or no, these were on sale, and I think it was $32 plus shipping. These are women's Rock Revival, so they don't go for as much money. And then lastly, we have the shorts, which are P1074. That's going to be back here, right here. And it's going to be these Quicksilver swim trunks. These are actually swimming shorts, I believe. I think they're swimming shorts. But somebody wanted them, even though it is winter. Over here, we actually have some items my wife pulled. We have this vintage Tomy Missile Command handheld game. I think I paid $2 for this at a garage sale. Ended up not working. I wish it worked. Would have got a lot more money. Still sold for $25 plus shipping. And then this Oyster Blender sold for $18.90 on sale plus shipping. And I think we paid $1 for it as well. So pretty good there. I did do some buys today, mostly Pokemon cards at like Walmart and Target and stuff. But I did go to my local pawn shop. They had a Black Friday sale. This was only 10% off, but it's a TI 84 Plus, so you know we saved like $1 or something on that. This was 50% off, so we got this for $40. This goes for about $80, but I think we can make a quick $20-$30 on that. And then this is probably the best item here. This went for I think 15-ish, and this goes for like $50-$60. So we definitely made some money there. And there's also a nice Levi's jacket. Oh, right here actually. Gotta just move some stuff around. Look at this nice Levi's jacket, you guys. Made in USA, vintage. I mean, this thing is sick. And it was only, I think, like $19. So again, we saved like $1, $2 on it. Made in USA, you guys. What a nice jacket. I'm hoping we can get like $60 for. All right, next we have this large mouth or big mouth Billy Bass. This sold for $27 plus shipping on sale. It does have an issue where this off button back here does not turn it off. So if there's batteries in there and you walk past that sensor, this guy's going off. But he works well regardless besides that. So hopefully they read, because I did say read on the description and title. But yeah, Big Mouth Billy Bass, $27 plus shipping there. All right, and then in the back of the warehouse here, we did sell the ink, just the cartridges, these two right here, for $7.90 plus shipping. So about $8 there. And they don't have the box, but we have both the cartridges here. Over here in the Funko Pop section, I don't have a lot of Funko Pops, but I do have a few. We have a My Hero Academia figurine statue, and this sold for $14.40 plus shipping in the box like that, pretty much. Now, you guys, I am always picking up Mary Kay creams. As you can see here, we bought a whole lot of them earlier this year. We're looking for the Time-Wise Ivory 3. I believe this is the one we are looking for. This is Ivory 2. So it's not that one. Ivory 3. We got a few different ones here. Matte Wear Liquid Foundation. Ivory 3. These go really well, you guys. So if you ever see Mary Kay, pick them up. They're like a, what do you call it? Pyramid scheme for makeup and stuff like that. And then we have a NASCAR UPS racing hat that I believe I paid 25 cents for. There it is. Oh my goodness. UPS NASCAR racing cap. I believe I paid 25 cents for this. This sold for $10 plus shipping. And lastly, you guys, we sold a Sega Genesis console that I have in a baggie that I've had on Marketplace for a long time, and I've had some offers, but nobody ever wanted to buy it. See, right there in the bag, all the controllers and everything. Sega Genesis console does come with the Sonic game. It is the Model 1, and that sold for $56 plus shipping. So buyers all in at $76.57. And that was also, I believe, discounted from our sale. But I thought we would sell a lot more consoles today, you guys. Matter of fact, we sold so many N64s last year, and this year they're just not selling. It might be because the new analog 64 came out, but that thing's like $250. If you want an old school N64, you're paying $60 with us. So I don't know what's going on, you guys, but not as many sales. There is one more sale. I'm going to go grab it quick because it's huge. And we are looking at a PlayStation 3 drum set. This sold for $142.50 plus shipping. Buyer all in at $172. It's probably going to be like $20 or $30 to ship. But we should still make some pretty good money on that, considering I think I paid like $15 for this and this Cabela's gun. So we did pretty good on this one. But that's it, you guys. Tomorrow when I wake up, we'll see how many more sales we had this evening and this night. Actually, as I was talking, we just sold a bundle of Mario games for the NES. So we sold these 3 games right here. Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3 for $57 plus shipping. All have their sleeves. Literally as I was filming, So yeah, I love when that happens. But there's another sale for you right there. Just about finished packing all of the items up, and we got 2 more sales as we were doing that. We got a pretty good one. It was actually a bundle of Wii games, and those games are Guitar Hero games. So it's actually these 2 right here, Guitar Hero Aerosmith and Guitar Hero World Tour. And there's actually extra Guitar Hero Van Halen in here. And then in this one, we have Guitar Hero 5. So it's 4 Guitar Hero games for the Wii. And this sold for $60 plus shipping. And we sold this Ticket to Ride Europe board game. This is actually a personal board game of ours. And we just don't play it anymore, so we figured we'd sell it. $18 plus shipping on that for pre-owned. So it is official. This year's Black Friday was 14% less total revenue than last year's Black Friday, which is crazy to me because we actually doubled our store inventory, and I was just expecting a lot more. Honestly, I feel like eBay throttled down us in the algorithm this year, is what it feels like, because we were doing way more sales up to Black Friday, but then all of a sudden on Black Friday, we just don't do as many sales. So I think in total, we had 3 more sales come in overnight before midnight. So we did about 19, I believe, items. I'll double check here in a second. I'll show you the exact numbers in a second too. But first, we have about 10 orders to pull now because we had about 7 more sales today, which is now Saturday, February 29th. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those orders for you guys. Starting off with the NES, we did sell Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right here. I think this went for about $7 plus shipping. As you can see, the label is pretty destroyed on that. We also sold a Nintendo 64 game. We don't have many listed here, but it's going to be Banjo-Kazooie. And this also has like a yellowed cartridge, half of it. This sold for $27 plus shipping, around that price. And sticking with the old school Nintendo theme, we also sold a copy of Mortal Kombat, if I can find it. Right there. For the Super Nintendo, and this sold for about $12 plus shipping. So Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64 game sales last night. Nonetheless, we had a mountain of packages for our USPS guy to pick up this morning because they do Saturday pickups. And we still have all of this FedEx stuff that's got to go out on Monday. We did sell a couple bigger items here. I'm going to grab this one first. It's going to be this. Actually, I don't think it's this one. It's that one right there. I don't think that one's even listed. We sold the Presto Belgian Waffle Maker flip side. This actually sold $25 plus $10 shipping. I picked this and that other waffle maker you saw up for $4 for the both of them. So not too bad. The other one's not really worth as much though. I have it on Marketplace for like $10 right now. And then over here, need to move these manuals somewhere else. Put them up here for now. And this Memorex VHS player. We sold this Magnavox VCR DVD combo. Always a good pickup, you guys, if they work. And even if they don't work, for the right price, you can sell these for parts. Have 2 of these. This is the 002, so it's actually the second one I listed. First one hasn't sold yet, but this sold for $90 plus I think like $20 shipping, so not too bad of a sale there. And then earlier in the video, we sold a Mary Kay. Actually, I thought it was this one first, but then it ended up being one of the smaller ones. But then today we sold this one, and I think this one actually did sell for $10 plus shipping. Now, I have a whole lot of these that I paid, I think, $30 for, and we've been selling many of them. So really good buy, constant seller. You know, if you get it for the right price, buy some Mary Kay. Same goes for like Young Living, any of those multimedia marketing or multi-level marketing scheme type companies. That would also count Amway products. If you have Amway products, those things sell for good money because they charge a lot of money for those people to buy those products. So if you can get them for cheap on eBay, you can sell them under market what they would pay for being a part of that multi-level marketing scheme and make away with good money. And then I have just a couple cameras here. We have two, I think they're both point and shoot cameras. Not that one. We have the Canon in here. Let me pull that out for you. Just a point and shoot Canon camera. This is the Snappies, Canon Snappies. This sold for, I think, $21 plus shipping on that one. And then the other one, I think, was also actually about $21 plus shipping. Or maybe it was $18 plus shipping. The Maxima Zoom 100 GLM Samsung point and shoot camera. Last but not least, I think, oh, it's not quite the last one, but second to last, Monster High Doll. I bought a lot of these last year, along with a lot of other cool stuff, and we've been slowly selling them. These aren't the vintage ones, but we did get some vintage stuff too. This one sold for $17 plus shipping. It's a little bit more desirable for the modern stuff. This particular character, Abby Abominable. But yeah, about $17 plus shipping on that. And that concludes all of the items that we have sold since last night. So we're going to get all these packaged, and I'll show you the numbers here in a bit, you guys, about Black Friday. And then, you know, obviously this video will continue. We're going to see what the full weekend makes, as well as how we do on Cyber Monday. That's going to be very telling. If we can at least do better on Cyber Monday than we did on Cyber Monday last year. All right, you guys, here are the numbers. So we did $910, which is 14% less than last Black Friday. Even though we sold 5% more items, you can see we sold 22, which was 5% more than last Black Friday. And our average sales price went down 18%. So a lot to attribute here. Obviously, with the lower sales price per item, that's going to decrease your amount, even though we sold potentially more items. So yeah, and we did have more buyers this year too. You can see we had 5% more buyers, so 22 buyers this year. And, you know, here's the breakdown in chart form. So again, this year compared to last year, total sales, how much we paid in shipping and handling was 30% more, which attributes to the rising costs of shipping and handling from USPS, FedEx, UPS, etc. And then, you know, we have our items that we sold, of course. So yeah, that is the numbers, you guys. 14% down from last Black Friday. Now, overall, again, this year we're way up. I think we're about 150% up for the whole year. And we actually are killing it in Q4. But for whatever reason, Black Friday was just not that great. So get back to the video. We'll show you how the rest of the weekend went and Monday, and we'll bring back to the final numbers after that. All right, Saturday is coming to an end, and we got a few more items to pick to end this day off. Starting off with Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition. And this sold for $20 plus shipping, so keep an eye out. Pretty decent Xbox game for the 360 that has some decent value. Unfortunately, I can't find one of the orders. It was actually a lot of Leapster cartridges, V-Reader cartridges. I've had them before. I think they sold once and then they canceled the order. Usually I put things back in the same spot where I grab them from. I have no idea where these are. So I had to cancel that order, and that's the second time this happened in like the last couple months. Things are getting a little crazy. Just got to do a better job of inventory, obviously. Anyways, couldn't find them. We do have a few other orders to pull, though. Actually, one of those orders is already packed. It was a Logitech mouse that I've had forever. I think I got it for practically free. Sold for like $6 plus shipping. And then here, I believe it's these two right here. Yep. Maybe not. Maybe not that one. $55 plus shipping. This was from the lot where I did a video saying I might have gotten scammed by another reseller. These didn't work. Part of that lot that I bought, all big lot, $55 plus shipping. So should be able to make some like 20, 30 bucks on this after shipping and fees. So it's just not too bad considering how much I paid for all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's the last thing I have to pull. yeah, I think that is the last thing I have to pull for now. So anyways, very slow 2 days. Don't know what's going on. I really hope Cyber Monday shoots up like crazy, or just even tomorrow, but we'll keep track of everything and obviously let you know how it goes. Okay, it is now Sunday, the 30th. Tomorrow is going to be December 1st, which will be also Cyber Monday. We only had a few more orders come in, you guys. It's been terribly slow. I've never had it like this before. Obviously, this is only my 3rd year now doing Black Friday stuff. But last year was a lot better. We made a lot more money. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully Cyber Monday we see a huge boost. We have a few items that we do need to pull. One of them is already packaged, and that's going to be the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. It's packaged because we've sold it before. Buy or cancel. We kept it in the package. Anyways, sold again for $20 plus shipping. And then we have a board game and a few other miscellaneous items. Let's get to it. Starting off with the board game, it's actually going to be this Stratego for Pirates of the Caribbean. We paid $2.50 from the Family Pathways thrift store on this, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. Over in this bin here, we sold this Lux Smart Temp outlet thermometer or thermostat. This sold for, I believe, like $12 plus shipping, and I grabbed this at the Goodwill for I think like $2 or $3.99 or something. We then sold Star Raiders right here. That's the game, actually like that. And then it also comes with a manual somewhere in this pile here. There it is. This sold for $11.40 plus shipping. Atari game. And then we sold a very nice copy of Aladdin for the Sega Genesis CIB. This sold for about $15.40 plus shipping. And then for $14.45, I think it's in here. We'll have to double check. Might be in a different spot. I do have another spot for caps, but I think this one is here. Maybe it is not. Oh, there it is. One Tough Kid Bobcat cap. Very nice condition. I think we paid $1 for this, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. And then lastly is this Ford emblem. I think I paid like $1 for this. Always picking up stuff like this because the OEM parts are very expensive, and so people would much rather buy pre-owned on stuff like this when they need a new emblem. And we sold this for a pretty cheap price of $12 something plus shipping, so it's going to be cost nothing to ship, so we'll definitely make some money here. I just finished packing everything, and we got 2 more orders come in. First one's going to be these Coach flip-flops, brand new. I picked these up at a little boutique sale. I think I paid $15 for these, which is pretty good considering how much they sold for. $66 plus shipping. That was a great little sale. A lot of Coach bags that we also picked up there. And then over here, we sold this lot of Taylor Swift CDs. Keep an eye out for Taylor Swift, you guys, especially if you get the first CD of hers, Taylor Swift. Now, this is not the uncensored version. This is actually a newer release of it. But it still goes for good money, that first CD, the self-titled Taylor Swift CD. So when you lot it up with a few others, you can sell it for, like we did, $35 plus shipping, which is pretty great considering I paid $1 a piece for these. And as I got finished with that order, we sold another game. Actually, I was testing out a copy of Wii Sports because we couldn't find the one that we had listed, but we had an extra one. So went and tested that. That's good to go. So that order will be fulfilled. So shipping that out right now. And then we sold a copy of Little Big Planet 3 for the PS4. And of course, 2025 has been the year of cancellations and returns. They canceled this immediately after I shipped it, which means I had to void the label to not get charged for that. And they said because they needed the Xbox one, not the PlayStation one. Anyways, been a lot of that lately too. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. All right, it is Cyber Monday, and we have awoken to 7 orders. So let me pull those quick. And hopefully the day goes better than what we had for Black Friday. We sold This one, Arrow Video, like I've said before, you guys, keep an eye out for Arrow Video. This sold for $20 plus shipping. Red Scorpion by Dolph Lundgren. And then we also sold Atomic Blonde Steel Case Blu-ray for, I think, like 15 bucks plus shipping. And while we're here, we might as well pull some video games. We did sell Space Invaders right here for $5 plus shipping. And then up top over here, we sold this bundle of Cooking Mama games. I think there's 3 games total, or maybe 2, with a nice little case here. And this sold for $33 plus shipping. We did also sell one comic book. It's going to be The Lone Ranger. We sold this for $15 plus shipping. That was from a big buyout I did of comics. Not a big one, but it was a few comics for $100. Hopefully 2 of the comics in there will sell for about $100 a piece, which will make it all worth it. And then we did sell a pair of overalls. And those are right in here. The S1055. And those sold for a lot cheaper than I thought they would. I think these sold for like $30 plus shipping. It's pretty heavy, so it's going to be probably like $10 just to ship this thing. And then we sold, I think it's this one here, this tape deck. Oh, not this one. This is Sony. This JVC tape deck. I think I paid like $1 for this, and we sold this for like $35 plus shipping. Lastly, we sold a Barbie veterinary playset. That's already prepackaged, so I'll just put the picture up here, or the comp up here. But that sold for $15 on a best offer. Actually, $14 plus shipping. And we had it at $17 on sale. All right, the sales are coming in. It's Cyber Monday, like I said. We just sold, on sale, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of these Topps Chrome 2025 Disney cards. These have a following, you guys. So I found these at Walmart for $25 a piece on a few different occasions. Have lotted them all up together, as you can see. And we sold this for $189 plus shipping. After shipping and fees, we should make about $60 profit. So not too bad for some retail arbitrage. Starting to get more into cards, you guys, including Pokemon. So you'll probably see more of that. But pretty happy with the outcome. Was definitely hoping to get a little more, as I do see 5 sometimes sell for about $200 plus shipping. But $10 off, that's not that big of a deal. Just had another sale. It's going to be a radio for the car. I'm always picking up car radio, you guys. Now, I can't remember. Is it this one? Pioneer. No, it's going to have to be this one over here. I believe. Yep, the Dual XD M270. This sold for $35 plus shipping, and I probably picked it up for about $5. All right, we have 3 more sales. So actually, one of these did come in yesterday, and I totally forgot about it because it was a Facebook sale. It's going to be these Jordans. You guys might recognize these from many videos ago. I paid $50 for these, and I thought I'd get closer to $200, but I couldn't get them authenticated on eBay. For some reason, they said they were fake, even though these are 100% not fake. Anyways, we ended up selling these for $100 on Marketplace. So should double our money there after shipping and fees. Next, we sold a controller, and this is actually from the video game, all the brand new sealed PS4 games and stuff. We also picked up a bunch of video game controllers. And so, I think it's this, the Lumectra for the Nintendo Switch. Really nice controllers, by the way, all brand new. But this one, I believe, is open box. Actually, this one looks to be completely brand new sealed. That's crazy. Oh, no, yeah, there it is right there. You can see the seal is open on it, but I looked at these. These are all brand new inside. They must have just been returns. People didn't want them. So that sold for, I think, like $20 plus shipping. The best sale is going to have to be this Busch Light. I think I picked this up for $5 at the flea market a few months ago. A bunch of them for $5 a piece. And this one just sold for, I think, like $60 plus shipping. So we're going to get some really good profits off of that. And we got 4 more sales to pull, starting with video game console. The console wall, look at that. It's looking a lot smaller. But we definitely have not sold a lot of Wii's or N64s. We sold all the PlayStations, all the NES's, Sega's. We still have a couple left. There's another spot for Sega's. And the GameCubes have been selling real good. I think we only have 2 more GameCubes after this. Next, we sold more of this Lion's Mane supplement, you guys, which is awesome. Somebody bought 2. I saw them in quantities of 2, so that means they're getting 4. Not that one. They're getting 4 of these Lion's Manes total. And you can see here, originally they were priced $4. I bought them for 50% off. So $2 a piece. All right. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Total order $55 plus shipping. So really great supplement I found. Be on the lookout for Lion's Mane Host Defense Mushrooms. That could be worth some good money for you guys. And then I was just doing a whatnot show, you guys, for wrestling figures. And I ended up pulling out some of these brand new sealed ones. Wish they would have bought them. Because I actually think I would have made more money with the 0 fees on Black Friday. This sold for like $16 plus shipping. I think I could have got $20 plus shipping on Whatnot, and with the 0 fees would have made more money. Plus, it might have been bundled with someone else's order, which would have been even better. But I started at $25 for some reason. I should have looked at what I had it on eBay and kind of started it there. But we started at $25 and nobody bought it. So anyway, sold on eBay nonetheless. And I think we'll still make like $15 after shipping and fees on this, which is totally fine. And lastly, for $17.10, we sold this Accurite thermometer for the outdoors. I think I got this at Goodwill for maybe $4.99. But I'm always picking up sealed stuff like this if the sell-through rate is good and if the profits are there. Definitely we're there. Should make at least $12 after shipping and fees on this. All right, we got more orders to pull, you guys. We have the Monster High doll that just sold for, I think, $18 plus shipping. Got this in a giant toy lot at a garage sale about a month or 2 ago. Crazy sale. It was another reseller. You guys can watch the video on that when that came out. But we also sold our disc cleaner that we finally, I think we got this at the Salvation Army. And like by no means is this a nice disc cleaner, but it did have a high sell-through rate, and I think we paid $5 for it. Sold for $20 plus shipping. And lastly, we did sell another pair of Allbird running shoes. I bought, I think, like 12 pairs. Put it on a video a long time ago. But I think there was about 12 pairs of shoes. And we paid $3 a piece on them, you guys. And they have been selling slowly but surely for about $30 plus shipping. So awesome buy. And we've made a ton of money off these 3 pairs of shoes. Or 12 pairs of shoes. With only 3 boxes left. So, you know, we probably sold at least 8 or 9. All right, ladies and gents, the weekend is over. Cyber Monday just ended, and it is now Tuesday, and we have a few orders to pull. So actually, last night, only about 9 more orders came in for Cyber Monday. Again, I still think we were not as good this year as last year. We'll go over the numbers here in a second, but let me show you what sold. We have this. Actually, this just sold today, so this does not count. These sold yesterday. I think these sold for $20 plus shipping, somewhere around that price range. We did sell King of Fighters for $5 plus shipping. We did resell, again, the order that was canceled for the Little Big Planet 3, $17 plus shipping there. And then Dead or Alive 3, I think this was like a $12 or $15 game for the Xbox that we also sold. Besides that, we also sold a lot of broken Super Nintendos. That box right there, I'll grab it in a second. That is 2 broken Super Nintendos for $76 plus shipping. And by broken, I think they have issues with like one of the, like they both power on and work. I think one of them had a problem with the AV cable port where it's like missing, but it still works when you plug it in. You just got to kind of wiggle it around. And then the other one had a problem with the reset button not working. So $76 plus shipping on both of those. And then we also sold another lot of 2 broken consoles that I paid $5 a piece for from a local hookup. And that's going to be these 2 Xbox Ones. I think they have, I don't remember what the issues are with them. I think it might just be they don't read discs. But either way, $40 plus shipping on both of those. And I'm also selling a lot of 2 PS3s. We also sold another Magnavox VCR DVD combo. I think the price point on these to sell them quick is like $80 or $90 plus shipping. Maybe even $70 plus shipping. But this one sold for $79 plus shipping, on sale obviously, for Cyber Monday. And the last thing that sold is this little GameCube memory card. We sold this bad boy for $15 plus shipping. These always do really good, GameCube memory cards, especially if you can get the, I think 32 block, the bigger size ones. I think they're white usually. Those actually go for like $30 or $40. So, but the regular ones go for about $15 as long as they're OEM. What's funny is I had so much stuff on sale for the last like 4 days, and I even got thrown a lot of lowball offers. So it's already on sale, and then people will come at me with like, I want this for 50% off more. Like, dude, I already have it up for 50% off, and I already am lower than market in general as usual with my items. So you're getting a deal here, but people have been extra stingy this year when it comes to deals, wanting to get stuff for 50% off, 60% off, even 70% off. It's crazy what people will send you on eBay. But this was one of those items that I had offers sent to me for 50% off or whatever. I think somebody wanted this for $75, and I did not accept that. And it sold after the sale. So this sold today for full asking of $150. So sometimes just hold on to good items. It's a Carhartt hoodie jacket for women. Anyways, people are crazy out there. But let's get to the numbers and show you how we did this Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. So for Cyber Monday, we actually did a lot better than last year. As you see here, up 56% and up 52% on the net sales. And we sold 88% more or 83% more items. And our average sales price was still down about 14%. So Cyber Monday actually was pretty good for us this year. You can see the increases here, and then we can see kind of more numbers here. Item sales, shipping and handling. Shipping and handling up 84%. That is crazy. I think that's obviously attributed to like the specific items we may have sold. I believe I sold like a giant drum set for the PS3 for Rock Band. So that's going to be a huge shipping cost for something like that. But again, just interesting to see that we were actually double last year. I thought we did pretty good last Cyber Monday, but apparently not. Apparently this year was better. But overall, for the weekend, let me show you those numbers. All right, here you go, guys. So overall, for the whole weekend of Black Friday through Cyber Monday, we were only up 5.6% of total sales, even though we sold 25% more items. That's probably because our average sale price was down 16% from last year. And our net sales were actually only 1.4% more. And that probably coincides with, if we go down here, to the increase in shipping and handling overall, 25%. So I think that's a big reason for it as well. Because if you look here, you know, on Black Friday, our shipping and handling was up 29%. On Saturday, it was up 51% from last year. Sunday, it was down 43% from last year. And then Monday, up 84% from last year. So yeah, you guys, overall, we did sell more items. We still made a little bit more money, but because of the increases in shipping costs from last year and our decrease in the average price per item, we didn't make that much more money than last year. That being said, we definitely have made a lot more money this year as a whole, by a lot. And even this last few days after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we actually had some of our biggest sale days after Cyber Monday, which is crazy. So I don't know, just weird this time around. Black Friday, Cyber Monday was not that great, or at least not to what my expectations were for the whole year. But things are still going great. Lots of sales coming in before Christmas, and we're making good money. So Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and we'll see what happens next.
Money, making crap for